Barry Robson has been confirmed as the Aberdeen manager for the rest of the season, basically, of what Aberdeen have come out and said. And to read this, we did kind of think this was going to happen yesterday. There was rumours about it, but it's come out this morning. So Aberdeen have confirmed the interim manager, Barry Robson, will remain in charge initially until the summer. Steve Agnew will continue as assistant, while former Dundee United head coach Liam Fox is in talks about also joining the back room team. Robson has been spearheading a caretaker management team following the January departure of Jim Goodwin. Aberdeen point out that since then, the 44-year-old has turned the team's fortunes around. The former Scotland midfielder has won 4 and lost 2 of his games in charge, a run of results that moved the Dons back up the Scottish Premiership table. But before we talk more about the article, let's look at his actual fixtures. So I believe I typed into Google, and Google's never wrong, Mean Gene. It says he started on the 14th of Well, see, it says he started, right? It says he started on the 14th of February, but then it goes on to mention there that he's won 4 and lost 2 of his games in charge, which would probably take him back to the 1st of February, personally. And so he must have just been caretaker, then he was made interim after this 3-1 thing. So, right, so he's had 6 games in charge, right? So let's talk him through. So his first game against St Mirren, they've been beat 3-1, right? It's not a good result. I'm not going to sit here and say, I mean, if Goodwin got that, yep, sack him, blah, blah, blah. But St Mirren are a good team this season, but they needed to bounce back, and they did exactly that by defeating Motherwell 3-1. So 2 3-1s back-to-back for Aberdeen. They then go to Celtic Park, they lose 4-0. It was an absolutely abysmal performance. I remember reviewing the match, it was not good. But again, like I say, like we say on this channel, not many people go to Celtic Park and get anything. So yeah. Then it was a 1-0 victory over the mighty Livingston, which was no bad. I mean, Davy Martindale beating his side. Could have been worse, could have been better. But we'll take our W's while we can. And then the New Firm derby with Dundee United 1, Aberdeen 3. Game that was full of controversy, but nothing controversial about the 3 points for Aberdeen as they won 3-1 away. Duke was playing unreal. We then had Aberdeen against Hearts, and Duke again unreal, absolutely sending Hearts to the bin, getting them in the bin, and that's probably the most impressive. I mean, Hearts were awful, to be honest, but you can't really complain too much. He's won 4, he's lost 2, and he's literally dragged Aberdeen back into a race for like automatic Europa places, which you can't complain with. I mean, if you look at the league table, take a wee look here. You've got Hearts on 45, Aberdeen on 41. You've got Hibs on 5. You've got Livingston on 6. You've got St Mirren on 7. So, 7 points between 3rd and 7th. Like, I think Hearts, they still should finish 3rd. They've had a really bad run of form, but I feel like they'll turn it around sooner rather than later. But, you wouldn't be surprised, like, if anyone from 4th to 7th finished 7th. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if Aberdeen did finish 7th, personally, like, even though they've been in a good run of form. But yeah, I mean, Livingston haven't been in a good run of form. They've kind of thrown away their own chances of finishing in the top 3, but be interested to see how it goes. But as for the rest of it, so Barry Robson, do I think he's deserved it? He probably has deserved it until the end of the season, just like Stuart Kettlewell at Motherwell, personally. But it says here in the club statement, Chairman Dave Cormack explained that the decision to keep Robson in charge comes despite Director of Football Steve Gunn teaming up with an internal agency to unearth candidates that matched our criteria. Once potential manager pool was drawn down to 6 candidates, Stephen and Chief Executive Alan Burrows, together with non-executive directors Willie Gardner and Stuart Milne, conducted interviews. He said 3 candidates, including Barry, met with this group in person for further in-depth discussions over the last week. It was unanimously agreed that Barry should continue in his role initially through to the end of the season. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, of course, goes on top of Aberdeen. Currently sitting 4th. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Not a lot of news. Of course, we are in the aftermath of Scotland's great win against Spain. It was unreal. Can't complain from a Scotland perspective this international break. 5 goals, none conceded, 2 wins. We're 5 points above the most realistic challenger to us for the Euro places. I mean, but maybe now the fact that we've beat Spain, people are like, oh, we can top the group. It'd be fucking epic if we top the group. I mean, I think Spain away will be a tough ask, but Spain are like we've seen it in the World Cup. I know they beat Norway 3-0, like, but they're just not. They're just not clinical. Their strikers are shite. Like, let's be real. Hosselu, Borja Iglesias, Morata, fucking Lyndon Dykes has them on a platter, man. Lyndon Dykes is fucking superior. And then until that note, man, we Lyndon Dykes. Signing out though, Barry Robson gets the charge. Leave your thoughts down below, Aberdeen fans. I'll put a poll up. Do you agree with it? Do you know? Leave it in the comments below. Woo!